Title: When Their Eyes Linger, Signs They're Falling for You. Asterisk introduction: The eyes that hesitate. The heart that speaks. Asterisk: There's a moment, quiet, almost invisible, when their eyes don't just meet yours. ... Pay, linger. It's not accidental. It's not casual. It's not just about looking. It's about seeing. The kind of seeing that unveils a story, even before a single word is spoken. We live in a world loud with words, texts, tweets, likes, swipes, and yet in the midst of it all, something as subtle as a held gaze can pierce through the noise and whisper, "You matter to me." This is not about surface level flirting. This is about emotional presence. A person's eyes don't linger unless something inside them hesitates, caught between the desire to protect their vulnerability and the pull toward something deeper. If you've noticed someone whose gaze holds just a second longer than expected, you might not be imagining things, because when someone is falling for you, it's often their eyes that confess it first. 1. The silent vocabulary of the eyes. The eyes are mirrors, not just of the soul, but of the subconscious. When someone looks at you and lingers, their body is doing what their voice may not dare to. It's saying, "I'm drawn to you. I feel safe around you. You intrigue me in ways I'm still trying to understand." This lingering isn't about physical attraction alone. It's about emotional resonance, an unspoken curiosity, a yearning, a subtle pull. You see, falling in love doesn't always start with a loud confession. Sometimes it starts with a look, the kind of look that's trying to memorize your presence, to take mental snapshots of your laughter, the shape of your mouth when you smile, the way you move through space, like you belong exactly where you are. Psychologists refer to this kind of eye contact as a nonverbal signal of emotional investment. It's the body's way of leaning forward without moving an inch. And once you become aware of it, you'll begin to see it everywhere. Asterisk 2. Why do their eyes stay a little too long? Asterisk: There are reasons behind everything we do, even if we can't always explain them. So why do people linger when they look? Because emotions pause the logical mind. When we feel emotionally moved, our senses heighten. Time stretches. Second becomes 3. And in those extra seconds, meaning rushes in. Here's what might be going on internally when their eyes hesitate. They're admiring you in a way that goes beyond looks. They're weighing whether to speak their truth. They're trying to understand why you, of all people, stir something in them. They're afraid of being too obvious, but unable to look away. It's a gentle conflict between caution and craving. And in many cases, they don't even realize they're doing it because falling in love. Real love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just that lingering glance across the room. Asterisk 3. The subtle emotional signs that come with a lingering gaze. Asterisk: Now let's look deeper. When someone's gaze lingers, it's rarely alone. It brings company, other subtle behaviors that align with how they feel. Here are a few emotional signs that often travel with that extra long look. K. They look away quickly, but smile. It's like their eyes betrayed them. K. Lingered too long and now they feel exposed. So they look away, but not coldly. There's a softness, maybe even a shy smile. That's not rejection. That's vulnerability. B. They try to make eye contact again. Some people are bold enough to look back at you again and again, not to challenge you, but to understand if the feeling is mutual. They're hoping to see warmth in your eyes too, because connection needs confirmation. C. They mirror your expressions. You smile, and they smile back. You sigh, and they soften too. Their body and gaze are tuned to your frequency, not consciously, but instinctively. That's not coincidence. That's connection. For emotional meaning behind the lingering eye contact, let's go even deeper. Not every long gaze means love, but some do. So what emotional layers are buried inside that extra second of eye contact? Here are the deeper truths it may hold. A. They feel safe with you people. Don't expose their hearts when they're guarded. If their eyes linger, It may mean they've let their walls down even just a little. When you're around, be there. Curious about your inner world, they want to know you, not just your favorite color or what you do for a living, but what you think about when you're alone. What keeps you awake at night? What kind of person you dream of becoming? That level of curiosity is rare. Then when it shows up in someone's eyes, it's unmistakable. See? They're silently asking. For permission, sometimes a lingering look is a question. Can I move closer? Will you let me in? It's not spoken, but it's there, and often how you respond with your own eyes, with your body language, gives them the answer. Asterisk 5. What if you're not sure how to respond? Asterisk, not everyone knows what to do when someone's eyes speak in ways their words don't. You might feel unsure. You might question your own interpretation. You might fear getting it wrong. Here's the truth. You don't have to respond with certainty. You just have to respond with presence. If you feel the same, let your gaze answer theirs. Linger, even for a moment. Smile gently. Stay in that space, but if you don't feel a connection, it's okay to kindly look away. Connection must be mutual to be meaningful. The key is honesty, not performance. You don't owe anyone your heart, but you do owe yourself emotional clarity. Asterisk 6. The science behind lingering gaze and emotional connection. Asterisk, let's touch on psychology for a moment. According to studies in nonverbal communication, eye contact longer than 3.3 seconds often creates a physiological reaction, increased heart rate, heightened self-awareness, and a burst of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Mutual gaze, when both people maintain eye contact beyond a few seconds, significantly increases emotional intimacy, even among strangers. And pupil dilation, often unconscious, happens when we're emotionally moved or romantically attracted. So the next time someone's eyes linger, know that it might not just be you who's feeling something. It could be biology, echoing your emotions back to you. 7. How to read between the glances. You want to know whether someone is falling for you. Don't just watch their eyes. Watch what happens after their eyes linger. Do they lean in when you speak? Do they remember small things about you? Do they find reasons to be around you? Do they become a little more nervous or more calm depending on who they are? Because eyes are only the beginning. But the actions that follow confirm the truth. Love doesn't hide for long. It always finds a way to speak, often in the gentlest, quietest ways. First, asterisk 8. What to do when you realize they're falling for you? Asterisk awareness is powerful. So once you sense that someone's falling for you and you feel it too, what now? Here are gentle steps to nurture the connection. Acknowledge their presence. Let them know you see them, even without words. Give them space to express. Don't rush. Let them reveal their emotions in their own time. Stay honest with yourself. Don't play along if your feelings don't match. Respect both your hearts. Protect emotional safety. Keep the connection kind, respectful, and emotionally safe for both of you. When two people fall for each other gently, it doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to be real. Asterisk 9. Final reflection. Eyes that stay. Hearts that whisper. Asterisk. In a world that moves so fast, in a world that scrolls past people like pages, a lingering look is a form of rebellion. A soft, soulful protest that says, I'm not here to rush past you. I'm here to see you. So the next time someone's gaze hesitates on you, not in lust, but in quiet longing, don't brush it off. Because in that single look, you may find an entire story waiting to be written, a connection waiting to bloom, and a heart silently asking if you feel the same. Conclusion. Let your eyes speak too sometimes. Love begins not with a grand gesture, but with a pause, a look held just long enough to say, you move me. So if you've ever wondered whether someone is falling for you, look again, not at their words, not at their gestures, but at their eyes and what they're too afraid to say aloud. And if you felt something stir in your own heart, maybe it's time to let your gaze linger too, because love often begins in silence. If this message touched something deep in you, if it helped you understand yourself or someone else a little more clearly, then I invite you to join us here. On Awaken Mindset, this is a space for emotional insight, soulful reflections, and real human connection. Subscribe. Stay with us. Let's grow together from the inside out. Thank you for being here.